I am a massive Indiana Jones fan. I didn't. I kind of did this on a whim. I didn't really. I've already recorded the dialogue, so there's literally no reason for me to do this. But uh, look at my chair. I got a cool new chair now. At our age, and at this point in life, we seem to forget what the sense of adventure feels like. The nagging feeling to explore and understand something is what Indiana Jones does to me. Indiana Jones is quite possibly my favorite fictional character. This man has been my hero since I was 3 years old. People that grew up with Star Wars don't understand how it feels to be happy anymore. While I'm here going, damn, look at the guy punching Nazis. My childhood was Steven Spielberg movies and PS3, Virgin Star Wars fan and Last of Us fan, Chad, Indiana Jones, and Uncharted enjoyers. I have seen these films countless times, and these characters are so important to me that I am 100% planning on making a video of these movies, including the fifth one. Considering my favorite video game of all time is based on Indiana Jones, I have always dreamed of having the perfect continuation of the Indy franchise with video games. Considering the insane visuals and action set pieces of the films, and considering the insane storytelling that video games have showcased, Indiana Jones has been interpreted many times in video games ever since its inception. The last two Indiana Jones games were actually released in relation to the newest Indiana Jones movie that came out around the same time. Indy has never really been betrayed in the 6th and 7th generation. That's where Uncharted came in, so for a long time, Staff of Kings was the last Indiana Jones game. But in 2021, it was announced that Bethesda would be developing a game for the franchise. After a long wait, an entire movie was released at the time. We finally got Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Set a year after Raiders of the Lost Ark, Indy stumbles upon a great mystery that surrounds several landmarks of the world, which leads him on a global chase after Emmerich Voss, a Nazi archaeologist that desires to harness the power of the Great Circle and use it to expand the power of the Third Reich.
The Great Circle.
It's a nice, clean, simple Indiana Jones plot.
This is it. This is where Forrestal cashed in.
Friend of yours?
A competitor. He was good. He was very, very good.
The beginning of the game is a direct recreation of the opening scene of Raiders. Now, of course, this would fall under the blatant fan service spectacle, but this is possibly the best bit of fan service in the entire game. You can see the entire scene through Indy's eyes. At the end of the sequence, Indy wakes up to find a giant has broken into Marshall College and stolen a cat mummy. Indy traces it back to the Vatican, and the adventure sets off from there.
That looks Catholic to you, doesn't it?
It's the sigil of the Vatican secret archive, if I'm not mistaken.
This isn't just about a cat mummy, Marcus.
The Vatican gives us some of our main game mechanics. Indy can find various disguises that allow him to traverse various locations. It is incredibly satisfying being able to slink into an enemy base as one of their own, escape, and then slip back into the priest outfit. A pro in favor of the story is the addition of many brand new characters and allies for Indy. Antonio, Nawal, and Palin, all these characters push forward a fact about Indy's character that I adore. Indy is a person who greatly respects and cherishes the cultures of the places he visits. He's an adventurer in the greatest sense. He explores these places to learn. Voss is one of the best Indy villains ever.
Ihren peinlichen Versuch, Dominanz zu zeigen, zu unterstreichen.
I honestly think they saved a lot of the best dialogue for him. Every inch of him is oozing with this great sense of evil that every Indiana Jones villain should have. I don't understand how this game can have a better villain than the actual Indiana Jones movie that managed to cast Mads Mikkelsen as its villain. Gina is another new addition, a reporter investigating the escapades of Voss. It is later revealed that she is searching for her sister, who is one of the top researchers of foreign languages. Seven different locations are throughout the game, 3 of which are massive open worlds with lots of side content. The Vatican could be labeled as the epilogue of the game. It's a massive open area with plenty to do and allows the player to learn the game over time. The way the story is presented to the player is slowly given to you. At no point does the game cut to another character in a separate location. Everything is given to you as if you were Indiana Jones. It's an ongoing mystery that gradually amps up over time. Sukhothai is a slower experience. It affects the pace in a way that marks it as the low point, but it's incredibly vibrant in its execution. Giza is a location that gets my nostalgia reeling. Exploring underground caves and walking around the sandy village, each location contains the typical open world notes, enemy bases, upgrades. Then there are the side missions. Each location has a plethora of side objectives that come full-fledged with their own cutscenes. Sukhothai contains my favorites, like Indy having to team up with an old student of his who has partnered with Voss. And that's Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. How did this turn out better than the actual 5th entry in the Indiana Jones franchise? I have no idea. It doesn't try too hard and it's a fan's dream, but also not overwhelming the audience with insane fan service. It's literally what you would want out of an Indiana Jones game. I really hope they can make more games in the future. Maybe I'll look at the other Indiana Jones games, some of the ones on, PS2, maybe Emperor's Tomb, like, Staff of Kings, that kind of thing. Maybe like a more full-fledged kind of video like that. But yeah, but not right now. See y'all later.